It's my pleasure to welcome you to this health series. This is specially designed for young people, and we've called it Life at its Best. Now, at all ages, we would like life at its best, but this has been specially designed for our young people and young adults, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. This is the first session. We have another one that follows. Our ability to make decisions is one of the most important gifts we as humans have. There are some choices that really don't make any difference. For instance, what colour am I going to wear to work or to school? When I wake up in the morning and I say to myself, okay, what is it that I'm going to wear? Whatever I decide, whatever you decide, is not going to make a great difference next week or next year. But there are some decisions that do make a difference, and we may have to live with them for the rest of our lives. When it comes to health, then our decisions can make a big difference. Choice is the first step to improved health and well-being. Making healthy choices is the key to lifestyle improvement. And you might say, well, do I have to make improvement choices to create improvement? I think for all of us on a daily basis, and each day is a new day, and if you've made a mess of it yesterday, today is a new day. And make the right choices that will make a difference and that will help you to have life at its best. Positive choices could include creating a personal mission statement. And you might say, I don't think I need to do that. But I would like to encourage you to spend some time looking at what contribution that you would like to make to your family, to your community, to your church, or maybe even to your nation. Sit down and write down some things that you feel are important and where you will be able to make a contribution. Another one would be forming healthy habits. Perhaps a second one, setting meaningful goals. That's a very important one too. There are so many things in life, aren't there? And there are so many duties that you need to attend to. Set some goals and say, well, I need to cover the important ones first, and then I can go on to some of those other areas that also need my attention. Finding a better balance. Balance is so very important. And there are times when we come to the end of the day and we wonder what we've done. And so have some balance as well. Research shows that people who believe that they have more control over their lives tend to be healthier and they tend to live longer. And I think that's something that all of us want as well. And remember, lifestyle changes can begin today. Each day is a new day, as I just mentioned. Wouldn't you like to make healthy choices today? Because a wonderful Creator loves you. You can take positive steps that will turn your life around, spiritually, physically, socially, and emotionally. Another thing that influences your health is your environment. And that is the environment in which you spend your time. And that would be your home, that would also be work or school, or wherever you find yourself mostly through the day. And so as often as you can, establish one that fosters peace and well-being. There are times when we say to ourselves, if only that lady or that man in my work group were to move, we'd be fine. We'd have a happy environment. Or maybe someone at school, or maybe even someone in your home. Remember something, you can't change other people, but you can make a difference in the way that you perceive them, a difference in the way that you think about various areas that may be of concern. So foster peace and well-being. Try to have a home situation that allows you to relax. Healthy eating, regular exercise, and enough sleep combine to provide the foundation for good health at all ages. So no matter what age you are, healthy eating, regular exercise, and enough sleep is what will make a difference to the way your body is able to function and to the way that you feel. Because we are what we eat. The human body is an amazing piece of machinery. Feed it properly, exercise it, allow time for relaxation and rest, and it's very likely to go well. Forget to refuel, and chances are it's going to let you down. You will be able to achieve better results for your efforts. Now, that's something that I'm sure we all are wanting. Better results for the efforts we put on. We do have to put in effort. And sometimes we need to put in a lot of effort. If your body is healthy and your mind is clear, you will have a better result. And that is what we're all looking for. Getting the best from your body will mean different things to different people. Some people might say, I want some extra energy. Or you want to feel more vital. Or maybe you need more ability to concentrate. And you want to look your best, and we all want to look our best, don't we? And so that's important. We're going to have a look now at what we should drink. Now, I'm sure you know what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it, that water is the best drink. And you might say, yes, we all know this, but there are so many other drinks, aren't there? What I would like to share with you, and that is that there are various drinks available. Some are much better than others, and the one that I just want to concentrate on now is alcohol. Alcohol is not a good drink. Alcohol is a poison to every cell of your body, and that includes your brain as well. It's a powerful drug, and we want to now share with you some facts about alcohol. Alcohol affects your brain. Drinking alcohol leads to a loss of coordination, poor judgment, slowed reflexes, distorted vision, memory lapses, and even blackouts. Now, I don't know very many people who would say, yes, I would love that. But there are many people who are experiencing this. And by now, because they've been drinking for quite a while, they don't even realize these things are happening. You may have a friend who has a drinking problem. And if your friend has one or more of the following warning signs, he or she may have a problem with alcohol. And let's look at some of these warning signs. Getting drunk on a regular basis. Lying about alcohol that he or she is using. Believing that alcohol is necessary for fun. Have you noticed that that is a comment that is fairly common? You've got to have some alcohol. We're going to have fun tonight. And maybe you belong to a group where this is regularly said. And maybe you're wondering, or perhaps you've already decided, just a little won't hurt. I want to recommend to you that you do not touch it. And that you try and help your friends too, who may have already found themselves in this situation and are not able to come out of it. Having frequent hangovers. These are more of the signs that you can pick up if your friend has a problem. Feeling run down, depressed, or even suicidal. Having blackouts, forgetting what he or she did while they were drinking. What can you do to help someone who has a drinking problem? Be a real friend. You might even save a life. Encourage your friend to stop and to seek professional help, because that is very important. Don't imagine that you are able to counsel them, but point them in the right direction to some special groups who are specially designed and who have programs for people who have a problem. We now want to talk about the drink that our bodies need on the daily basis, and that's water. And water is essential for life. Did you know that more than 60% of your body is water? And so when you get on the scales, and whatever the scales tell you, about 60% of that weight is actually water. And there's a very good reason for that, and that is because water is so essential. Every cell needs it. Your brain needs it. Your brain is actually more than 70, 75, maybe 78% water. And when the water level drops in your body and you start to dehydrate a little, and it happens to many people, young people and older people, children, if they're not drinking enough, then this actually doesn't work as well. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't afford this not to be working too well, and I'm sure that you can't either. When you start to feel thirsty and you say, yes, when I feel thirsty, I go to have a drink. When you feel thirsty, it means that you have already begun to dehydrate. Did you know that every body function is dependent on water? And there's one particular area in your body, the kidneys, but other organs too, that cannot function without water. They cannot function properly. Your kidneys are amazing organs, just like every other organ in your body. That's amazing too. But your kidneys are amazing. They regulate your body temperature. Sweat glands are constantly working to produce moisture to prevent heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Regulates body processes. 4/5 of the blood is water. What's really interesting, when you look at kidney disease, it is considered that 500,000 Australians have kidney problems, but many of them don't realize that they have. And you may say, well, how come? Shouldn't you go to a doctor if your kidneys are not working very well? God has so wonderfully designed us that that organ, by the time it gives you some symptoms, it is well down and it is not doing so well and it is really getting sick. And so look after all of your organs, but we're talking kidneys at the moment, so that they can function the way that they were designed to, so that everything in your body is able to keep working the way it should. Your kidneys, they're an organ comprised of about 1 million filtering tubes. Now, isn't that amazing? 1 million filtering tubes in a kidney that's about the size of your fist, and it weighs about 150 grams. And each of those filtering tubes is coupled to its own blood supply, because waste has to be removed from the blood supply. Nutrients that cannot be used by the body can become toxic and have to be removed from the blood. Your kidneys also help to control blood pressure. It aids in the production of red blood cells. And so they're very, very important organs, aren't they? It does more. It controls body chemistry by regulating the amount of salt, water, and other chemicals circulating in your body. It helps to keep your bones strong and healthy. You might say, my kidneys have something to do with my bones? They do, because they play a very important role in the absorption of vitamin D, which is necessary for calcium to be deposited into our bones. And so the kidneys are amazing organs. And when they're healthy, they will be able to keep functioning the way they were designed to. When they're not healthy, things start to go wrong. And so drinking enough water is very important for the health of your kidneys. A healthy lifestyle is too. Eating healthy food also makes a contribution, but water in particular makes a huge contribution to your kidneys. All right, how much should I be drinking of this wonderful water that you've just told me that I need so badly? Well, for an adult and a teenager, it's at least 2 litres a day. And you might say, 2 litres a day? That's a lot of fluid. If you're not used to drinking water, start off with a small amount and gradually build up so your body gets used to it. Otherwise, you will get some signals to keep running to the bathroom, and you might say, well, this is not what I want. But that will go if you do it slowly and build up. So for adults, it's 2 litres. For younger people from 9 to 12-year-old, it's about 1.5 litres, and for 5 to 8-year-olds, it's 1 litre, and then it goes down for smaller children. But very, very important indeed. And I hope that if you're not used to drinking water, that you will start drinking water on a regular basis so that your body can function. And so, try some tips to get the benefits from having enough water. Always drink water before physical activity. Keep a water bottle or a glass readily available when you're doing your study, or if you're at work and you're sitting at a desk or somewhere, so it's handy wherever you are. Keep a water bottle on your bedside table. But let me make a suggestion that you don't do most of your drinking from the water on your bedside table. You are supposed to sleep as well and not run to the bathroom. So do most of your drinking during the day. For me personally, I drink a couple of glasses of water before my breakfast. Now, that has a tremendous cleansing effect. Now, you need to do that at least 15, 20 minutes before your breakfast. If you're not used to doing that, start off with a very small amount and very gradually increase it to a glass, and then when you feel comfortable, a little more. And I drink a few glasses through the morning, and then a few more in the afternoon, 3 or 4, and then a couple at night, so that I can sleep as I'm supposed to. And so there are also many other drinks. And you might say, what about fruit juice? Okay, fruit juice is okay. You don't need more than 1 glass a day, maybe 2, but don't drink fruit juice all through the day. And then we've got all the soft drinks, and there's a great variety of them. In my supermarket, it's both sides of the aisle, which shows you that most people are drinking those drinks on a daily basis. Otherwise, it would not be the shelf space allocated to that drink if people weren't buying it in large quantities every day. Diet soft drinks. You might say, well, I've heard that sugar's not so good, and we're going to talk about that in a little while. Okay, diet soft drinks don't have sugar. Let me tell you. Diet soft drinks have a lot of sodium, and you can get very bloated because of this sodium, and there's not enough water there. And so your body actually has to use more fluid to get rid of that. And so if you depend on diet soft drinks, you will never be able to replenish your body with the fluid that it needs. The body can only tolerate a certain amount of sodium. And the more sodium, as I just said, the more water your body needs to dilute it. And so water is essential for life. Whether it comes from a bottle or a tap, water will help your kidneys, it will help your teeth, it will also help your wallet and your waistline. So get into good food now. Life is full and busy, and it's really easy to skip meals. Have you noticed that? We get so busy and we haven't eaten anything. When it comes to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, usually it's not a salad sandwich that we may pick. It may be some junk food, some fast food, something sweet, because it's really easy, isn't it, to just go to junk food. There is so much of it available, and when you get used to eating it, you actually say, hey, that's what I need this afternoon. The choices that you make will affect your body's health now, but also later in life. So get into the good food habit now. Important to eat breakfast. To me, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, because your body is in need of food more at breakfast time than what it is at lunchtime and in the evening. It doesn't mean that those 2 meals are not important, but breakfast is a very important meal because you have been asleep, hopefully, for at least 8 hours and have not been eating anything, and the body is in need of food so that everything can function the way it should. And so the good food habit, you need to look at your drinks, you need to watch your weight, and also healthy eating away from home. That's not a real easy one. Maybe all your friends like to go to a certain place, and maybe they're not the best food choices there. And so think about it and say, okay, what is it that I can have there that is going to be a little more nutritious? Or perhaps choose to go to another place that you know serves nutritious foods, and help your friends to see that too. From the God you choose to the lifestyle you follow, you can have life at its best. Thank you.